In the icy and snowy Antarctic Circle, Geo Industrial's drilling base is situated. Worker Lanny is still working overtime early in the morning when suddenly a splashing sound comes from the moon pool behind him. The bottom of the pool connects to the ice layer, and occasionally large fish wander into the moon pool, improving the crew's meals. Lanny quickly grabs an iron pipe to catch the fish, but the creature's strength is immense, and it drags him into the sub-zero water. At this time, researcher Schneider is requesting a vacation from team leader Monica. Having spent half a year in this harsh, cold land, he is now physically and mentally exhausted, relying on medication daily to combat depression. Monica assures him that once the new members of the research team are settled and the blizzard passes, she will send him away from this godforsaken place. Displeased yet helpless, he goes to the gate to receive people as instructed. The new research group, consisting of university students led by Dr. Ted, with pilot Shukri responsible for transport, has arrived. Unable to contain his complaint, Shukri notes that they were supposed to be met at the helipad, but after a long wait in the blizzard, they had to find their way in the dark, nearly freezing. Schneider, feeling wronged, explains that he had arranged for 2 workers to meet the plane. Perhaps they got drunk and passed out somewhere. The workers, having been trapped at the base too long, are mostly resentful and insubordinate. Shukri says no more and goes alone to the warehouse to maintain the helicopter. Dr. Ted visits the lab to catch up with Monica. The couple has been in a relationship for many years, displaying great understanding both in life and work. After handing secret documents to Ted, Monica returns to her room to rest. After 36 hours of intense work, she is physically exhausted. After undressing, she enters the bathroom to relax. Unnoticed, the clothes on her bed shift slightly, and a noise breaks the silence. She quickly gets out of the jacuzzi to find the room empty. Upon closer inspection, she sees Ted's photo frame has fallen, scattering glass all over the table, and suddenly, a sticky tentacle hooks her and pulls her under the bed. On the other hand, Schneider has taken the male students to the worker dormitories, while the 2 female students have moved into a small partition at the end of the corridor. Meanwhile, Shukri, checking the helicopter in the warehouse, is also attacked. In the lab, Dr. Ted, while lifting a curtain to peek behind it, diverts the students' curiosity by urging them to cooperate well with the drilling work and actively gather data to prove that Geo Industrial's drilling project does not harm the ice layer. In 6 weeks, UN inspectors will arrive, and if they cannot provide valid proof, the entire base will be shut down for damaging the ecosystem. Distracted, Schneider quietly pockets Monica's tape recorder. Oil drilling expert Cody, following the workers to the moon pool for inspection, accidentally discovers Lanny's body, assuming initially that he had accidentally fallen and frozen to death. A closer look reveals multiple wounds on his body, suggesting murder rather than an accident. Arena, who has only 2 years of medical school, examines the body and finds blue mucus near the wounds. Dr. Ted hastily claims it is Antarctic algae and forbids Arena from touching the body further, instructing them to move the body to the top floor to wait for the UN inspectors. Arena, suspicious, secretly collects some of the blue mucus. After listening to Monica's recordings, Schneider's depression worsens. Black student Peter approaches to offer concern, which only heightens Schneider's anxiety. He rants incoherently that Geo Industrial must be plotting something. Why else would they send a group of clueless students instead of professional researchers? At this time, Tom, unable to bear the loneliness, visits the girls' dormitory. In school, he and his girlfriend Katie like to dominate the dorm, often making Arena wait outside. As they talk, a tremor comes from the ground. Arena believes it is an icequake. The oil drilling must have damaged the ice layer, and nature has now issued a dangerous warning, resulting in a fatality. Dr. Ted instructs Cody to immediately close the moon pool, but a worker tells him that the base's only generator is there, and any mishap could destroy the electrical system. It turns out that to extract oil, Geo Industrial installed a large amount of explosives under the ice. To close the moon pool, they must first remove the explosives from the bottom of the pool. The group prepares to start work immediately. As they wait for the elevator, Clay suddenly craves tobacco and insists on staying behind to get some. A shadow flits by him. He hears it too late, and the creature has already pounced on him. Then Schneider also arrives at the moon pool, just discovering Clay's body when he is ambushed by the creature lurking in the shadows. Fortunately, he runs fast enough to dash into the elevator and desperately closes the elevator doors. Dr. Ted, unable to contact Monica, breaks down her door. The jacuzzi is still running, and she lies under the bed, already a cold corpse. The test results for the blue mucus are out. Arena tells Cody that it is a fluid from a prehistoric insect, specifically a trilobite, a type of parasite extinct for millions of years. However, trilobites are too small to cause such large wounds. The mucus likely attached to Lanny's wounds after he died. Unbeknownst to them, danger continues to lurk and grow in the dark. A worker is bathing when he hears a strange noise and is hooked by a tentacle. Blood spreads instantly, and the stench intensifies. Meanwhile, Tom and Katie are entwined in passion in the girls' dorm, unaware of the giant bug crawling under the bed. Schneider also discovers Monica's body and casually takes her computer. At the same time, Ted urges Peter to repair the radio to prepare for their escape by boat. Schneider, armed, bursts in, shoots the radio equipment, and prepares to die with Ted. The students, confused, quickly intervene. Schneider tells Ted that he has learned everything from Monica's tapes and computer, and now he just wants Ted to verbally confess Geo Industrial's conspiracy. Ted, convinced Schneider will not shoot, refuses to speak the truth, telling the students that Schneider is depressed and has gone mad. But the next second, Schneider pulls the trigger, ending Ted's life. The others quickly restrain Schneider, locking him in the storage room after this bloody incident. The students finally realize that many people have disappeared, but they still do not know about the existence of the bugs. Attributing all the deaths to Schneider, Cody prepares to immediately contact the pilot for an overnight evacuation from the base. But the pilot is already dead, leaving only his glasses behind. The bug, stuck in the exhaust vent, struggles and breaks the wires. The generator suddenly fails, and the system's emergency braking backup power will run out in less than 12 hours, causing everyone to freeze to death. Meanwhile, Schneider desperately breaks out of the storage room. After a tumultuous night, Tom and Katie both fall asleep. Tom wakes up first and sees that Katie has become half human, half bug. The bug has burrowed into her body, hollowing out her flesh. And at this moment, the bug emerges from Katie's body and pounces on Tom. The group of 4 survivors decides to split up to find their companions. Peter and an old worker head to the living quarters, while Arena and Cody go together to the lab. Behind a curtain, they find the bug's body and finally realize that Dr. Ted was a fraud. Schneider also appears before them, revealing Geo Industrial's conspiracy. The use of bombs to drill oil platforms had already severely damaged the ice layer, causing icequakes. If the United Nations discovers the damage to the ecosystem, Geo Industrial would be legally prosecuted. At this time, Monica discovers a well-preserved ancient giant bug in the ice layer. Geo Industrial immediately withdraws from oil drilling and invests in archaeology. To completely escape culpability, Monica plans to blow up the base, using the group of students as scapegoats. Unexpectedly, there is more than one giant bug in the ice layer, and they are also carnivorous. Meanwhile, the old worker goes alone to the bathroom to look for people, and the timid Peter keeps watch in the hallway. He sees a colleague's body with the organs hollowed out, and the giant bug is lurking nearby, waiting for prey. The severely injured Tom rushes into Peter's arms, barely telling him about the monster before he dies, while the old worker also emerges, with the giant bug slowly devouring his heart. Peter runs for his life, but the bug relentlessly pursues him. He dashes into the elevator, but the bug overpowers him before the doors can close. Schneider tells the two that there is a military base nearby where they can take a snowmobile to escape. Hearing Peter's screams in the hallway, the 3 rush to help, but it is too late. Peter's heart has been hollowed out. They quickly run into the stairwell, only for Cody to be grabbed by a tentacle and dragged all the way to the moon pool. Unwilling to abandon Cody, the 2 rush to his rescue. In a critical moment, Arena picks up a gun and shoots the bug in the head. Fortunately, the bug's mouth and teeth are small, and Cody only suffers minor external injuries. Suddenly, a tremor comes from beneath the ground, and an extremely large bug emerges from the moon pool, effortlessly knocking down Schneider with its tentacles. Arena fires her gun, but the bullets do not harm the huge creature. As the bullets run out, Schneider activates a timed bomb. He is severely injured and unable to escape, but Arena and Cody still have time to flee. 1 minute later, the moon pool is set to explode. In the final moments, Schneider smiles, preferring to die in pieces rather than become food for the creature. Arena and Cody escape just in time, sharing a relieved smile and a passionate kiss, having narrowly escaped death. However, they remain unaware that an even larger tentacle has already emerged from the ice layer, signaling that the threat is far from over.